The question was posed, actually this was by George Stephanopoulos, have you reached an agreement yet with the whistleblower and his or her attorneys about coming before the committee and providing the information firsthand? Quote, yes, we have, Schiff responded, and as DNI McGuire promised during the hearing, that whistleblower will be allowed to come in without a minder from the Justice Department or from the White House to tell the whistleblower what they can and cannot say. We'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In Daily Kos, we're ready to hear from the whistleblower as soon as that is done, and we'll keep obviously riding shotgun to make sure that the acting director
In this explosive hearing, a congressman reads out Adam Schiff's own public statements about the Trump impeachment whistleblower and exposes Schiff's hypocrisy for all to see. Schiff promised transparency and unfiltered testimony, but when it came time to deliver, he shut it all down. Illuminate breaks down what really happened, why it matters, and what it reveals about the deep corruption inside Washington.
Thank you. Since the chairman has gavelled out all of my colleagues with their unanimous consent, I am going to read for the record many of the chairman's comments in September of the importance of hearing from the whistleblower. Again, Ambassador, thank you for your patience, thank you for your service, but since we haven't been able to conduct ourselves in normal procedures, I'm just going to use the 5 minutes for this. September 29th, in the Wall Street Journal, quote, the whistleblower at the center of the impeachment investigation of President Trump will testify in the House very soon. This is a quote by the chairman. USA Today, September 29th. Talking with ABC News this week, Schiff, the Democrat who chairs the House Intelligence Committee, said the whistleblower would testify very soon, and the only thing standing in the way was getting security clearances for the attorneys representing the whistleblower so they could attend the testimony. From Vox, September 29th, Rep. Adam Schiff said Sunday the whistleblower at the center of a growing scandal surrounding President Donald Trump will testify before the House Intelligence Committee very soon. On CNN, September 29th, Schiff said Sunday on ABC as well as NBC's Meet the Press that he expects the whistleblower to testify very soon. The Washington Post, September 29th. In an appearance on ABC News this week, Schiff echoed Pelosi's message. He also said he expected the Intelligence Committee to hear from the whistleblower very soon, pending a security clearance from Acting Director of National Intelligence Joseph McGuire. In the Huffington Post, Schiff told ABC's This Week that he expects the whistleblower to appear before this committee very soon. In the New York Post, quote, we'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In the Washington Times, quote, that whistleblower will be allowed to come in. These are all quotes from Chairman Adam Schiff. In Talking Points memo, the question was posed, actually this was by George Stephanopoulos, have you reached an agreement yet with the whistleblower and his or her attorneys about coming before the committee and providing the information firsthand? Quote, yes, we have, Schiff responded, and as DNI McGuire promised during the hearing, that whistleblower will be allowed to come in without a minder from the Justice Department or from the White House to tell the whistleblower what they can and cannot say. We'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In Daily Kos, we're ready to hear from the whistleblower as soon as that is done, and we'll keep obviously riding shotgun to make sure that the acting director doesn't delay in that clearance process. In CNBC, we'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In Market Watch, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff said Sunday that an agreement has been reached under which the whistleblower will testify before the committee very soon. I can keep going, but again, the chairman refused to allow us to put these into the record with unanimous consent. So I've read those out, and as we know, it is important to protect whistleblowers from retaliation and from firing, and we want to make sure whistleblowers are able to come forward. But in this case, the fact that we are getting criticized by Chairman Adam Schiff for statements that he himself made early on in this process shows the duplicity and just the abuse of power that we are continuing to see. With a minute 54 seconds left, I'll yield to my colleague, Mr. Jordan.
Welcome back to Illuminate, the channel that cuts through the noise and exposes the truth the mainstream media refuses to touch. Before we dive into this explosive hearing clip, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give this video a like. Every like helps us push back against the censorship and bring you the truth they're desperate to hide. Now, what we just witnessed in this clip is a perfect example of Washington's hypocrisy on full display. A member of Congress just laid out, word for word, the mountain of statements Adam Schiff made promising that the so-called whistleblower in the Trump impeachment saga would testify very soon. He wasn't misquoted. These weren't rumors. These were Schiff's own words, repeated across nearly every major outlet. The Wall Street Journal, CNN, The Washington Post, ABC News, you name it. Over and over again, he told the American people that this whistleblower would testify publicly, under oath, before the House Intelligence Committee. But what happened when it came time for accountability? Schiff slammed the door shut. He blocked unanimous consent to even enter his own past statements into the record. The same man who swore up and down that transparency mattered suddenly went dark the moment his words came back to haunt him. And that, my friends, is what happens when power corrupts. This wasn't about protecting a whistleblower. It was about protecting a political agenda. Schiff built an entire narrative around a secret source, used it to fuel impeachment hysteria, and then when the facts didn't line up, he buried his own promises. That's not leadership. That's manipulation. And yet, these are the same people who lecture us about defending democracy while running the most dishonest political theater this country has ever seen. The congressman in that clip made a simple point. Schiff said it himself, multiple times, across multiple platforms, that the whistleblower would testify. But now, he's pretending that never happened. It's the same pattern we've seen time and again: double standards, selective outrage, and a total disregard for truth. They claim to protect whistleblowers, but only if it serves their narrative. When it doesn't, they silence and censor anyone who asks questions. Let's call this what it is: an abuse of power. Schiff used his position not to seek truth, but to weaponize it. And that's why so many Americans have lost faith in Congress. Because the people who claim to represent us are too busy playing politics to be honest with the nation. This hearing was more than a procedural squabble, it was a revelation. It exposed how far the political establishment is willing to go to cover its tracks. The lies, the manipulation, the selective leaks, it's all part of the same machine designed to smear anyone who threatens their control. At Illuminate, we're here to shine a light on that corruption. We don't take their word for it, we expose it. And what you saw here was pure, undeniable evidence of duplicity in action. Schiff's own words prove the point. So ask yourself, if they were willing to twist the truth this badly about something as public as impeachment, what else are they hiding? If you're tired of watching Washington play by two sets of rules, one for them and one for the rest of us, make sure you're subscribed to Illuminate. Share this video with someone who still believes the media narrative. The only way we fight back is with truth and exposure. Because in the end, the truth always finds the light.